Hey guys, welcome back to the Hide. We are back out on the review bench today, this time with another scope for review. Now, full disclosure, I did reach out to this company and they did send it to me. But kind of a little bit of backstory is, 1 to 10 power optics, you can find them, but for the most part, they're pretty doggone expensive. So I've been on the hunt for a while for a budget-minded 1 to 10 power scope. And I stumbled across this company. You can find their stuff on Amazon and eBay. I'll stick a link in the description. But they're less than $250. So I figured, why not? We'll try one out. We'll actually get it out here, look through it, spin the dials, check out the reticle on an actual rifle, and just kind of see how it really does. But for the price, I thought it was something viable to try. So they went ahead and sent it out. So we're going to unbox it here, take a look at it, then we'll stick it on a rifle and get it back out to the hide. But let's take it out of the box here. Get the box out of the way. So maybe some mounts. Here's the actual scope itself. Got a cleaning cloth, battery, a warranty registration card, so that's kind of cool. Now, they do advertise a limited lifetime warranty, but as you all know, the best warranty is the one that you never have to use. Cleaning cloth, so that's nice. Here is their instruction pamphlet. So 6063 aluminum body. It is a 30 millimeter tube, so that's nice. 24 millimeter main objective. Again, 1 to 10 power, so that's pretty nice. Eye relief 95 to 100 millimeters. I'm not really sure what that equates to in inches. You'll have to forgive me on that. 50 MOA adjustment in windage and elevation, so that seems to be pretty decent. Waterproof, fog-proof, shock-proof. Now, of course, they have a length and a width, but I'll get you guys some standard dimensions on that after we get it out of this plastic. But overall, it doesn't look too bad. Here is a picture of the reticle that they use. Now, I really do like the reticle. I'm not going to lie. They do say that this is calibrated for 223/556, so we'll see. See what that looks like. And this is illuminated, so it's an illuminated reticle. So let's take this sucker out of the plastic and get a closer look at it here. It's not overly heavy, but it's not a lightweight by no means. Now, I'll be interested to see if this really is a true 1 power. That most of your off-brand scopes, they may advertise a 1 power, but they are not. They're more like a 1.1 or a 1.2. So we'll check that out when we get it on the gun and get it out to the hide. But no markings other than Nightstar on the side. Does come with flip-up caps on each end, so that's a nice touch. Take a look at the turrets. So they are finger turrets. Let's see if we can hear them. Okay, they are audible. And to be honest with you, they're actually pretty tight. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Turret caps, they actually do function, so that's a good touch. And the magnification ring is, I would say, not stiff, but not overly smooth. So that would probably work in as you get to using it a little bit more. But let's get the scale out here and let's throw this thing on it and see what our actual weight is. Here we go. Get this fired up here. There we go. And we are looking at 18.7 ounces. So over a pound, about 1 pound 2 ounces. So it's not a lightweight, but it's not overly obtrusive either. So that's something to be said. A lot of LPVOs nowadays are really, really big. Let's get so you're looking at, about 11 3/4 inches long. And like I said, it does come with some mounts. I don't know if you would really want to use those. I'm not going to, but if you don't have anything available, it does have them if you need it. So let me get this thing mounted on a rifle and we will take a look back out at the hide, guys. All right, guys, so we got our Nightstar 1-10 optic mounted up on our 20-inch Delton upper. I sighted it in. Side end went fine, went great. So I just want to kind of do some one-ups here at about 45 to 50 yards and just kind of see how it does, see how it performs. Overall, not too bad since I got it on the gun. Glass appears to be adequate. I did notice that the 1 power is pretty close to being 1 power just by looking through it. So that's a definite upside. But let's try it here and see what happens. All right, so not terrible. I will have to admit the eye box on it is pretty tight, but that's probably comes with the territory due to the price point of the scope. I did shoot it here on 1 power. I do want to kind of move over to the rifle range though. I want to check out the BDC reticle. Now the thing that I did see in the instruction pamphlet, I guess you could say, is there was no designations for how it's calibrated for 5.56 or 2.23 or the grain weight. So I think that's going to be kind of trial and error, but I'm going to pause the camera. We'll meet back over there. All right, guys, so we've moved over to the rifle range. I got the barricade here we're going to shoot off of just so I can kind of get an idea of the BDC reticle in this scope. As I mentioned, it does not have any designation as far as like what grain weight it's calibrated to, the magnification range, anything like that, or what ranges in general. So this is going to be kind of just hit or miss, but I got the barricade at roughly about 100 yards. I've got it sighted in there, so it shouldn't be too difficult to repeat that hit. And then I'll move it out to a little bit further and see if I can make any hits afterwards. And then we'll get some final thoughts on this scope, guys. So let's see what we can do here. I am going to turn the mag range up a little bit. And I will say, for this price point of scope, the glass is not bad. I've definitely seen worse. So it's dead on the money at 100 yards. All right, let's try it out to 200 now. So I'm going to hold just at the second hash mark. And that does not hit. All right, so it appears to be a little bit off. All right, so that was the final shot. So the getting the reticle to kind of match up to the ammo, I think that's probably going to take a little bit of test and error, test and tune on that, just because there is really no designation. This is a second focal plane scope, so the reticle should be matched to a certain magnification setting on the scope, which that is not marked. So I'm not really sure what that would be. They would just be one of those things to where if you really did want to use this reticle for how it was intended to be used, you would have to take some time and really figure that out. So that's definitely a downside. But overall, I really like the performance of the scope. The clarity is very good. But let's go back over on the bench. We'll get some final thoughts, guys, and go from there. All right, guys, so done a little bit of shooting here with our Nightstar 1-10 LPVO scope, and overall, if I had to give this a rating, it's probably about a 6, maybe a 6.5 out of 10. Now, I will say that that's just because of the reticle versus the magnification range, and there was no real direction on how to use that or where to set it to get it to work. But other than that, I'm actually pretty impressed with it. It's not that bad. I'm going to inset some shots through the scope. The first one you're going to be looking at is going to be at 1 power, and this is at the 110-yard backstop off the bench. And as you can see, it's very clear, and you could actually probably co-witness this if you wanted to get it set up that way. Overall, looks really, really good. And even with just the one-ups over on the barricade, I mean, sight picture, sight acquisition is more than adequate. So there's no fault there. Now, the next picture you're going to see is at the same distance, 110 yards, but on 5 power. And you can still see it's definitely clear. You do start to see a little bit of haze towards the outer edges. That's just kind of the nature of the beast with price point scopes. The only way to get rid of that is spend money. But it's still very good. The next one you're going to be seeing is on full 10 power at 210 yards. And you can see the little mini silhouette target down there. And surprisingly, 10 power is pretty clear. Again, you do get a little bit of haziness on the edges, but honestly, that really is to be expected. And then finally, probably the most surprising thing about this scope is how well the illumination works on the reticle. It is absolutely crisp. It is probably one of the more crisp reticles that I honestly have seen in a long time. And for a price point optic to come in with that kind of quality in their illumination is pretty impressive. I am going to include a picture of that. You will see that now. That is, again, at 5 power at 110 yards. And as you can see, there is literally no spillage. You don't see any redness towards the outer edge or anything like that. So definitely impressed with that feature. But overall, you know, what do I think of it? There's three downsides, I guess. One being the price. The cheapest I have found on eBay is about $220. I think they're priced too high for what it is you're getting. I think these should probably be around the $175, $180-ish range. And second being, they need to do something with giving you some more information on the actual BDC reticle itself instead of just, here you go, you know, kind of figure it out sort of thing. And the third being is a scope like this should include a throw lever. If they had this price with the included throw lever, I could probably give it a pass on that. But overall, it's definitely something to consider if you're wanting a higher magnification LPVO, because most of them in this range are really expensive. They're about double to 3 times this price just for an entry-level one. So, you know, kind of take it for what it is. Let me know down in the comments if this is something that you guys think you might be interested in. I will put the link to this in the description. And as always, guys, shoot straight. Later.